in order to appease the pressure, I agreed to go see the oncologist that I'd been referred to.
Yeah.
And, it's kind of weird the way medical referrals work. Like I'm in the hospital and then just this oncologist comes in and they're like, this is your oncologist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like, oh, okay. Like, like who picked this guy? I don't know.
Exactly.
He's not the only guy in town.
Yeah.
But anyway, there was a guy. So we go see him and man, it didn't go well. He was, very matter of fact. He said, look, you have young adult colon cancer. It's very aggressive in young people. It grows fast. If you want to prevent the recurrence, you got to do chemotherapy. You have about a 60% chance of living 5 years. And I'm thinking,
wow,
dang, 60%. I mean, that's barely better than 50%. 50% is a coin toss.
Right.
So I'm like, these odds are not good. I'm not feeling real confident in the therapy. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And then I asked him about the raw food diet. I'd been on it for 1 week at that time. And he says, no, you can't do that. It'll fight the chemo. Weird thing to say. Then I said, are there any alternative therapies available or, and he was like, no, if you don't do chemotherapy, you're insane. And he proceeded to berate me with like every, sort of arrow in his quiver to convince me that I had to do chemotherapy or I was going to die.
Yeah.
And he did. He convinced me. There was so much fear, right? When you're fearful, you don't make smart decisions. You make irrational decisions. You don't think clearly. You end up like deer in the headlights. And I was, fearful and in a panic. And this is what happens in every cancer clinic, man. It's just a fear factory. Whether doctors do it intentionally or unintentionally, it's happening.
Yeah.
And so he finishes his passionate dissertation. We conclude the meeting. I get up, I make a beeline for the front desk, and I made an appointment to get a port put in a few weeks and start chemo.
Yeah.
I walked into that clinic confident and feeling good and optimistic. And I walked out of there just totally shattered, man.
Yeah.
Discouraged, depressed, hopeless. I mean, it was a really, really rough day. And we got my wife's car and she was driving. I was in the passenger seat and we held hands and just cried. And I choked out a prayer and we went home.
It's tough.
So I'm thankful. Spoiler alert, I didn't die. I'm really thankful because I had time. A lot of cancer patients are rushed into treatment before they know what's happening to them. They have no idea, man. It's like, boom, diagnosis, boom, surgery, boom, chemo, boom, radiation. I mean, it's like, then they're just like, what has happened? Like limbs are missing, body parts are missing, their hair's has fallen out. They're sick. They're just hovering over the toilet. I can't get out of bed, like all before they even figure out what the heck just happened to them.
Yeah.
So during that 3-ish week period between that appointment when I was supposed to start chemo, I found a naturopathic doctor. I found an integrative oncologist, and I just kept doing what I was doing, man. I just fired up the juicer and I just kept eating fruits and vegetables. Just like, I was just thought, I'm going to overdose on nutrition.
Yeah.
Right? I'm going to do as much as I possibly can to help myself heal. And because it was life or death.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to sit at home and just mope and feel sorry for myself and just eat ice cream and pizza, which is what a lot of patients do. And I get that. But for me, I was like, no, I got to take some action.
Yeah.
So the day rolls around. It's time to go in for the appointment. And I didn't go. Just didn't go. Like, I'm not going.
Just didn't show up.
Didn't show up. I'm not going. I was just like, this is not for me.
Yeah.
And I was feeling so good, and I'd been reading more and my confidence had really grown. And I just realized, you know what? I want to build my body up. That's what I want to do right now. I don't want to break it down further.
Yeah.
Chemo is always an option. That option's not going away. But I'm not ready to do it, and I don't want to do it right now. And I think this is an important message for everybody listening.
Did you ever try it?
No.
Never. You never even went
One
through
time
it one time.
Just kidding. No, I never did. But the
Yeah.
message is not don't do chemo. That's not my message. My message is don't do anything you don't understand. Don't let anyone rush you into a treatment that you don't understand out of fear.
Yeah.
Because fear-based decisions are always the wrong decision.
Yeah.
You don't make smart decisions out of fear.
Yeah.
You need to make a decision with facts and faith, not fear.
Yeah.
So I didn't show up, and they started hounding me, man, calling my house. They sent me a certified letter I had to sign for. I mean, and then they finally left me alone. And I just kept doing what I knew was going to be best for me, which was overdose on nutrition.